Yeah, it's fascinating to meet people from such a diverse range of talent, I suppose, very talented people, politics, arts, science, people involved in all sorts of innovative, creative sectors. So it's, this is a difficult time for Europe in so many ways, but to meet people from across the continent who have a sense of optimism, I suppose, in the future, who want to contribute in an optimistic way at a time of so many challenges, I think it's great to hear. I mean, I suppose perhaps I someone like myself is perhaps more critical of some of the European institutions than others here, but I think it's healthy to have that sort of debate and discussion.
Yeah, being a columnist at The Guardian, you have an open voice and you are young. So what is your most criticism about? How do you think that Europe will be in the next 10 years, 10 years from now?
Well, I look like a 12-year-old, but I'm 32, and I feel aged by what's happened in politics in the last 2 years, to be honest. But Europe's future is at the moment, worrying. I think there are disturbing echoes of the 1930s. They say history rarely repeats itself, but it often rhymes. And the echoes of the 1930s in terms of xenophobia, racism, scapegoating migrants and refugees for all the problems caused by the people at the top of society, that's obviously a big problem. I think that the austerity and the cuts imposed across the EU, including in Portugal, have had a calamitous impact on the social fabric of European societies. They've thrown young people out of work with devastating lifelong consequences for them. They've devastated services. They've thrown people into poverty, where, according to the Nobel Prize-winning economist Joseph Stiglitz, the EU economy is 15% below where it would have been if we hadn't had these sorts of policies imposed across Europe. What a waste. What a waste of economic output, what a waste of talent, what a waste of life. And that's had devastating consequences which the xenophobic right have exploited. So we need an alternative. We need an alternative based on holding the powerful to account. We need an alternative in terms of investing in the economy, not cutting, investing in the future, and inspiring people so people don't blame immigrants and refugees for the problems of society, but instead talk about building a more just and equal and fair society than the one we have today.
Do you think those are the solutions for a better world in 10 years from now?
Yeah, the solutions for a better world are you invest in the economy, you don't cut, where those with wealth pay their taxes properly and contribute far more than they do, where our banks aren't allowed to operate like casinos but are publicly accountable, where we have public ownership of the services and utilities that we all rely on rather than being run by profiteers, where workers have rights and dignity, and where we have industrial strategies to create the industries of the future instead of just allowing the market to pick winners or losers. The state should step in and have a strategic approach. Yeah, those are the policies we need, because otherwise we condemn people to insecurity, to stagnating or falling living standards. Where the Eurozone economy is stagnating, where Europe is in decline, it doesn't have to be like that, but we have to invest, and we need a very different approach than the one adopted by the Eurozone and the European Union. It's devastating my own country has left, and it's had devastating consequences for Britain, unleashing xenophobia and racism and legitimising them. But nonetheless, I want the EU to change, I want Europe to change, and that means having a very different approach than the one we have today, which has failed.
Young leaders can do all the difference.
Well, it's up to movements for me. I don't think individuals, with not to disrespect this initiative, I think we all need to be leaders at a time like this. That means people from the grassroots up forcing their leaders, their actual elected leaders, to listen to them, to have a different sort of approach. But yes, if there are people in this room who will be very influential in Europe in the years to come, and if they do become leaders, as in elected leaders, then I hope that they will be responsive to those across Europe who want an alternative. They want a different Europe than what we have today.
Okay, first time at Cascais, what do you think about it?
Beautiful. Yeah, it's a beautiful place. I mean, Lisbon is, and Portugal are such a beautiful country, so warm, so welcoming, so much culture, so much history. The history you can just see all around you. Yeah, it's a fantastic setting for discussion and debate, and it's a beautiful country to be in.